Find out the incredible best news from the week's jobs report from the Department of Labor, some amazing tips on how you can find employment from the comfort of your home, and the great news of $240 million in disaster relief stimulus funds coming now and $2 billion later to help unemployment systems across America. This week's jobs report shows amazing news for the economy and unemployment rate, as they were lower than last week's numbers for the third week in a row. We got a trend. The trend in this case is our friend. The economists at the Dow Jones predicted the number right on the nose for the second straight week. Wow. I think it's forever in the year. So this is absolutely amazing. Do they make the numbers? It's kind of weird that they would hit it, right? The weekly jobs shows that 375,000 Americans filed their first-time unemployment claims, which is lower than the previous week's 385,000 revised claims by 10,000. And of course, we also feel for people who have to reach out to the computer, plug in their first-time unemployment. We know it's hard to do. We know people don't want to do it. It's not typically natural for us. Most of us want to make our own money. Sometimes that's just not in the cards, especially when you have a crazy 18 months and all this weird political stuff going on and the infighting in politics and what's happening with it's just been crazy. But these 375,000 first-time unemployment claims are exactly what the Dow Jones economists predicted. So I've got to give it up for 2 weeks straight for hitting the bullseye. If you're a Dow Jones economist, I would recommend just quit while you're ahead. Go apply somewhere else. Say, hey, we predicted the jobs report twice in a row. That's enough to get a job probably over at Moody's, right? This is great news. Moody's is a credit agency, the one that helped collapse the real estate market in 2008, unfortunately. But this is great news that we've seen in some time, that we just got to circle the lawn like Larry used to do at the White House. And hopefully this streak can go on for weeks with declining initial unemployment figures for the fourth week in a row. Where is Larry Kudlow? I mean, he used to do circles when unemployment was down. Who's doing circles for Biden's camp? I'd love to see. Maybe you could tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Is anyone cheerleading this stuff? Because I don't see it. It's just me. I'm all by myself going, yeah, that's it. Meanwhile, with both the employment and rate on the rise across America, right? A recent report from Fast Company offered some helpful guidance on finding a new job without leaving the comfort of your home office. According to Mohammed Yared's, virtual job fairs give you more surface area to engage with recruiters and organizations that interest you, regardless of the geographical location. So you're not geographically discriminated, which I talked about in the video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, how if you drive into New York City, but then you go home to go outside of New York City, they drop your pay by 16%. And of course, Google had to fix that, and it seemed like mumbo jumbo, but I think lots of companies may still be doing that, geographically, discriminating pay-wise. But when you apply, networking and job fairs are the most potent strategies for job seekers. Do your research and come to the job fair and questions targeting specific companies. Does that mean people have like a New York address and really they live in the suburbs of Michigan so they can get twice the pay? I don't know. It's just a thought. Somebody will probably do it. Trust me, right now, recruiters, when you're LinkedIn and Instagrammed up and Twittered up, they feel like you're up to speed with what's going on. So make sure that you're solid on those platforms. Maybe redo your LinkedIn. Make sure that it conveys what you want it to convey. With the federal extended enhanced unemployment benefits set to expire in just a few weeks, virtual job fairs and online employment could be the perfect fit to bridge the gap between collecting unemployment funds and working at a new full-time job to, support the family and take care of everybody. Finally, the Department of Labor, they announced today a brand spanking new, hot off the press. We don't even do press as much anymore, right? $2 billion unemployment initiative with $240 million going out as grants to states to help fight ongoing attempts to steal unemployment benefits soon. As you guys have commented in the comments about your own unemployment funds being snatched and not being able to get them all the way back to the beginning of last year and you're still stuck in that mess, well, the agencies announced that the program today in a memo stating that the funds would come from $100 million of what's left over of the CARES Act funding and $140 million from the American Rescue Plan. It's funny, we do have like $7 trillion floating around. not all of it's spent, folks. So, make sure you let your states know where you want their money going because it's available. They also stated states may use the money to beef up such measures as identification, verification of applications, fraud detection and prevention, as well as cybersecurity and efforts related to recovering payments. I guess they banged down some doors. According to Mitchell Everett, a senior policy advisor at the Unemployment Insurance at the Labor Department, who we've covered many times before, she said fraud has gotten so big, officials are seeing more fraudsters hijacking the claims of legitimate claimants who need benefits. They continue to do so and frequently use new tactics to try and steal money. Hopefully, this billions of dollars in disaster relief funds, unemployment funds, can help millions of struggling Americans get the unemployment benefits that they deserve instead of these fraudsters, because it's taxing for everybody. Can you imagine? You're like on the phone with these guys saying, I didn't get it. Then you even get a tax form that says you got to pay taxes on what you receive. That's just crazy too. If you still have not applied for unemployment assistance, apply today. Earn yourself a cold one on Thursday. Hopefully, and that's a horrible joke. I was going to say somebody hadn't already applied in your name, but it's real. The fear is real. Simply check out your state's PUA and UI website, show them your employment history, or if you don't have any because you're an independent contractor and stuff like that, don't make it up. If you make it up, they look for you in the system and you're not there and then they think you're fraud, or you end up in the bureaucracy that can take forever to get out of. So just be legit. Tell the truth. Fill out the application. They're not trying to trick you, so you don't have to invent stuff. When you do in today's digital world, you just get yourself in trouble. So be honest and truthful. Answer those questions, and you could get a backdated check up to $22,000, especially if you used your savings. And let's say you are and people are still now